Hi everyone, so I wanted to go over some of my notes that I took when reading Tompkins chapter 10. So first and foremost, I noticed that there are certain texts that teachers use for a literature-focused unit, and essentially any teacher can use any text as long as the literature process incorporates the following. It incorporates pre-reading, reading, responding, and this can mean reading logs, it can mean grand conversation, it can mean Socratic seminars. Students use a lot of exploring when focusing on units, and applying. And these are the common steps that are seen within each literature-focused unit, and often teachers can have an anchor text and supplemental text to support the anchor text. So that's something that was seen in Tompkins. Now, when watching the videos, I saw the video asking questions where students are reading Sharon Draper's Tears of a Tiger. So already right off the bat, I noted that students are following these 5 stages of the reading process by actually reading. So I'm sure that there was preliminary work. Students are actually reading, responding, and exploring. They're reading out loud in class to each other. They're thinking about some questions that they can possibly create, and they're using what they're reading to explore an activity that they did within their groups. Another thing that I noted that Tompkins addresses is that the text is to support students. So what that means is that the text should be used in order to help students. So at this time, it should be a moment for students to get a range of text they can possibly use. So it can be a mode of differentiation where you start off with smaller supplemental text and you go into maybe the anchor text, which is a little bit more complex. Another thing that this chapter talks about is small group work, which would be considered the exploring portion of the 5 process of when it comes to the reading process. So small group work can certainly be considered the exploring process that's being done within the classroom for understanding, for comprehension. Usually it's one book that is a central focus throughout the unit, and this book will allow us to focus on some of these essential skills over here. It allows us to focus on comprehension, on grammar, writing mechanics, and vocabulary. So by focusing on this one, it can be a book, it can be a genre, it can be an author, students are expanding on their reading process and some of these basic skills that they need, which I found very important. And this is also illustrated when watching the movie, asking questions, because Miss Hernandez has a conversation with her students in which she's asking them guided questions, and she has a classroom discussion as to whether or not students understood the text. So these guided questions are being used as a form of comprehension. In addition, she does address vocabulary within the classroom, but from my knowledge, comprehension is a skill that she seems to focus on for majority of the component in the classroom.